Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, the 28th day of September, 2022. Wednesday of the 26th week of the year, the 26th week in Ordinary Time. I just wanted to come over to the area beyond the breezeway, going over towards our preschool. As you can see, we are almost complete with the re-landscaping of the one side of the pathway that goes to the preschool from the breezeway. This is against the church building proper, and then on the other side over here at Conclair Hall side, we are going to be putting in more landscaping in the coming weeks. And so, but as you can see, benches finally along the walkway, which are kind of nice to be able to sit upon. Let's see, community mass is happening right now in our church with our second graders. Yes, well, second graders leading our school, the Franciscan School, in prayer this morning. So today's readings, we continue again the book of Job and Job's whole the dilemmas and things like that. Job's friends have come to him basically to say that he must have done something wrong to offend God, which is why everything was taken away. And Job is insistent in saying that he did nothing wrong, and so God never should have done this to him. And again, the friends go back and forth with him, trying to make him think or say something that would have offended God to make God punish him. And Job can only respond again with that God is in charge of all these things, that God makes all these things happen. The question is why, the question is why, the question is why. Again, this narrative, this story of Job's life will continue to go on to that moment in which Job again will confront God and demand an answer as to why things were taken away. It's not a curse of God, it's not denying God, it's not removing himself from God's side or God's friendship or relationship with God, but it is asking a very important question as to why did these things happen, and that he must have an answer for them. Again, interesting question of justice that Job is looking for, that Job is looking to have. In Luke's gospel today, Jesus gives the parable, or there is the part of the narrative in which people are asked to follow Jesus. And, one says, I have to go and complete, putting things into my garden, and I have to go bury my father, I have to go do all these other kinds of things. And basically Jesus says, again, if you're not going to follow me when I say follow me, then you are not fit to follow me. It's a very weird, again, statement by Jesus that seems insensitive and uncaring and not realizing exactly, the many things sometimes that human beings have to do. And yet, sometimes we can let those things that we have to do get in the way of what it is that we must do. And what we must do, again, is never giving up on the fact that God is part of our life, never giving up on the fact that God loves us, never giving up on the fact that God journeys with us through the ups and downs of life. If we let these distractions that are sometimes necessary, sometimes useful within our lives get in the way of realizing that role of God in our midst, then we jeopardize our own ability to listen to God and to know that God is there in our midst at every time and every place, however we live. A God who cares about us constantly, and a God who wants us to be able to achieve what is best and glorious and wonderful for us. And may the Lord give you his peace.